Welcome to part 2 of our time on Skye, and this is going to show you the parking. However, before we start, just as we turn this corner, coming into view now, the yellow sign with the white notice. That is a TRO which restricts the parking where the cones are, etc. That is what you must see for a no overnight parking to be valid. On we go. Here we are approaching the Old Manor store. Note double yellow lines. And parking starts here on the right hand side. Main parking on the left. And it continues on up the hill on both left and right hand side, despite the double yellow lines. Too many folk for us. There's one or two places we could have got in, but we'll just keep on going. We're now approaching Leot Falls, and as you can see, another full car park. Nice little T-wagon on the right there as we pass, but chocker again. This is the Kilt Rock car park. Again, kind of busy. You can see where it's been wet and churned up the side of the road. But as we move to the left now into the car park, the sign that we'll see splits the cars, and cars to the left, and we're supposed to continue on round and park over there where the buses etc. are. Just ahead, somebody lucky enough to find themselves a spot. So once he's in, we move round to find the main obstacle is a well-parked German bus. So at this point, there's bins on the inside of us, so we've got to be careful. At this point, Lindsay is getting the mirror in, and we're going to come up and see if we can get past. We can't make it past the door, so we have to wait for the bus driver to shut the door. Meanwhile, we have some help with Germans. He's calling on his mates, obviously, because any second now they'll all pile around the corner. The bus driver finally gets his door shut, and we can move on. Yeah, you can wave us through now. We know there's a gap there. There was somebody walking down the side of the wagon there, so I waited till they got themselves out of the way. Well, here come the spectators, all lending a hand, and realise, yes, I would have run them over. Thank you for the hand, mate. We decided not to stop, although we could have parked on the left there. Those of you who've seen the Pennon video will realise I thought twice this time. So time to move on and see what we can see. So far, everything has been just busy, but as we turn up the Kerrang and to carry on, you'll see it goes from busy to absolute stupidity. This one sees White Van Man actually wanting to park. He's not for moving, but he soon finds he's got to move. White Van Man's still there. And this is the point where White Van Man has to move. And off he goes, allowing another car and van through. Crazy. To the right, we see a man stood in a large parking area, flying his drone. And up here, on the left, is somebody watching him, parked in a passing place, right beside a large car park. But that is just the beginning of the fun. Here we take a hairpin, approaching the top of the Kerrang. Lovely view down to the sides there, but I'm not swinging cameras around. Nice passing place. But you can see what's parked ahead of us, and yes, it's parked. To the left here, in the passing place, and ahead, in the space for large trucks and buses to turn the corner in. And the reason they're all parked in there is a car park there with a few cars in it, but the reason they're all parked in there, you see how we just have enough room to get round, is because at the top of the hill here, the car park is full, and this is what they've come to see, and they're not going to not see it. Very, very busy. So again, we pushed on. Again, there's a couple of places we could have got in, but we pushed on and just went on to find somewhere quiet to grab some lunch. Not long after we'd had lunch, we moved on and came across this. Initially we thought the truck was stuck, but we soon found out otherwise. He'd just been warned about the debacle going on behind us. He sensibly decided that he couldn't get through, being offered the advice by another truck driver which we see pulling away there in an Arctic tractor. So he's decided he's going to reverse. Now if you look at the height above the water in just to the right of centre screen, gives you an idea of how high we are up. There is no room for him to get past us or let us past for a long, long way down. Guy just being advised of what's going on. And so we're now going to see this guy reverse a good few miles down the road. I'm not going to show it all, but just part of it. Here you can see how much closer to the water we are, having come down a good height and a good distance before the truck driver finds a way of letting us past. He still had the rest of the road to reverse down, but let us go through. Great driver, very professionally done, and well done, sir. So now you can see why we didn't stay on Skye. Very, very busy. Our mistake. Bank holiday weekend. We should have known better. Anyway, next week we finish off this mini series and you'll be able to see where we went and the good time we had. We will go back to Skye, but in the off season. Bye for now.